approved, all the way approved, not just a pre-approval, but she got me all the way approved, even through the final person. I can't think of who the name of that title of that person, because my issue was the person that did the final approval didn't decided not to approve my full loan at the other mortgage company, and didn't tell me. They didn't tell me to the day of my closing. Yep. So this is now May 27th. This lady works her magic at the other bank, at the other mortgage company. She made it look like I made more than what I made. She worked her magic. When I tell you, this woman worked her magic, and everything went through. And so the issue I was having is, because we're now extending it another month, I gotta be out of my apartment by the end of June. So luckily, my apartment let me stay a couple of extra days and prorated me. But then they still needed me out by, like, I think like July 3rd or 2nd or something. They said you can stay until like the 2nd. So they gave me some extra days. But ended up, the lady that was in charge of my loan knew the owner of my house. She knew the man that was selling this home. And she said, let me talk to him. She talked to him. He let me move in here, y'all. He let me move in here. Okay, he let me move in here, and I hadn't finished my money. And mind you, he had been waiting already with the other mortgage company. He was like, look, if this don't go through, I'm selling it to somebody else, because I'm already waiting. He let me move in. Me and my son had been praying and praying and praying, y'all. When I tell you, I never prayed so much in my life that we prayed for this house. He let us move in and went, and that was like July 2nd. But the thing had to stay on the door. Everything was finalized like July 5th. I got my closing date that it was going to be July 7th. Yep, that's how it worked. I got my closing date that it was going to be July 7th, because the July 4th was on that weekend. And lo and behold, I went to closing, went and got the cashier's check. Then the day of, I get a call. I'm getting scared. My realtor's like, he did not tell us there was an HOA. I was like, what? He was like, there's an HOA over there. I was like, how much? And he was like, probably around 30. He said, from what he's telling me, it's like about $30 a month. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, I'll do that. It beats 200 and something, you know? I was like, that's fine. So he calls back. He's on the phone handling that. They get the paperwork done, and after they get all the paperwork done and get the HOA ad, they had to go back and print out and add the HOA, because the man lied, they owned it, and didn't tell us about the HOA. So they had to go back and add the paperwork. So then they had to push my time back. So my time was pushed back for my closing. Mind you, I done took off work. So my time was pushed back. No, I was actually off that week. The time was pushed back. But I finally got there for my right time. Nervous as all can be. Because I'm like, is this really going to happen this time? And lo and behold, I get in there and I sign my papers. And I get my keys. And I got my house. I got my house. And um, the uh, the mortgage lady, she bought me a gift. My realtor, he bought me a gift. He bought me a dish set. I was like, oh, yeah, like I was not the holdback of my issue. But you definitely want to make sure everything is paid on time. As a single mom, save up money. All I can suggest in all the world, if you are single and you are doing this by yourself, save up money. Single mom, single dad, save up money. That's my whole thing. So I'm ready in a couple of years to rent this one out and get money coming in to me renting it out. And I'm going to go get me another house. And I want to have real estate under me is my goal. And luckily, the home I purchased had everything that I wanted except one thing is I did not. Well, there's a couple of things I didn't get, but my main thing, I didn't get my walk-in closet. I had to compromise on a couple of things. So there may be, you start off making a list of the things that you want in your amenities. Do you want a fireplace? Do you want a walk-in closet? Do you want this? You have to make yourself a list. Now, this does not mean you got to go by the list and everything you look at. No, it don't have this. No. You have to compromise with a couple of things. Okay? I compromise with the walk-in closet. For one, I have two closets, one right there and one there. I also compromise, and I also have the closet. I have the glam room, and that made it all better for me because I got that third room. But make sure that you write your list of the things that you want and also be able to say, okay, this is something that I can live without. Okay? So that was one thing that I gave up to get this home, because this everything else in the home pretty much had everything I wanted. I wanted my own bathroom. I didn't want to share it with my son anymore. I wanted a bathroom downstairs. I got that. All the door handles and all of that stuff was already what I wanted. My kitchen faucet was already what I wanted. Stainless steel appliances came with my home. It was already what I wanted. So all of this came with my home that I didn't have to go out and buy. I didn't have to go buy a stove. I didn't have to go to buy a dishwasher. I praise God, I didn't have to go buy those things. A lot of those things came with my home. Another thing that you want to do is you want to make sure, well, you might not, but some people do, but I purchased my home already with equity. So that was something I lucked up with, that I was blessed with. I already had equity in my home when I purchased my home. So if you can, try to get a home that already have equity in it. I kind of lucked up with this property. Someone else had put down an offer and they had accepted somebody else's offer, and apparently that person was in the military and it didn't go through. Something happened and their military loan didn't go through, and so then I got a call saying, it's yours. Well, I already had prayed the prayer, so I knew. So I already had prayed the prayer. So things like that, like I said, we prayed. My son even was praying. Like, we prayed a lot. There was a lot of praying, a lot of crying. I've cried a lot because I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, God, you cannot have me out here looking stupid. I am one of your children. And I done told my family that I'm purchasing a home. And now this is making me look stupid if I don't get my home. But God looked out. He looked out. And you best believe the day that I walked in here, before I even closed on my house, when we walked in here, I shouted in this house and I praised God in this house because I knew that it was God that blessed me with this home. So first and foremost, before you even make a list, do anything, is pray to God that he leads you all the way with it. And once you make that prayer and you make your request known to God, he's going to work it out. And you just go ahead and make your list, your faith walk. That's your faith walk. Make your list of what you want. Make your list of what you desire. Make your list of the, what you want. Make your list. Save your monies. Even if you save 6 months, save your money. But the key thing is do that. And then, like what happened to me, you might want to go and see if you can get pre-approved or how much you would get pre-approved for. You don't have to take the pre-approval. Even if you get pre-approved, you don't have to take it. You can do like I did. I said, no, I'm gonna wait a little while longer. Something was just like, wait. And when I waited, it happened in God's timing. And it's a good thing I waited, because then I got more of a loan because my credit score improved. So those are my suggestions, my sister, my royal sister that wanted to know this information. That's the only information I have. I don't have anything else other than save money, because that was the biggest struggle for me. I was stressed out as all can be trying to save $6,500 and still pay rent and still pay car payment and still pay all of my other bills on top of everything. So that's my suggestion. If you have any other questions, I will be glad to answer them. If you want to leave them below, I will be glad to answer them, because I'm all about a single mama buying a house, okay? Because one thing I can say, and I ain't trying to be funny, I love my royal brothers out there, but ain't no man help me get this but the man of God. That's something I can look back on. Ain't no man, no man help me get this but the man of God. Okay? I don't have to worry about, a man, I accomplished this goal because a man helped me. Nope. I accomplished this goal, the man of God helped me, but no man on earth helped me. Okay, so I've always been an independent woman, and this really pushed out my independence. So if you're that independent woman, you can do it, sweetie. Girl, go get your house. Okay, go get your house. It had been prophesied to me for years before I got my house that I was going to get a house. Prophecies over and over to me. People ain't even know me. You gonna get a house. But the prophecy came forth later on. So like I said, go get your house, girl. If you need me to pray with you, just message below. I will pray with you. Because when I tell you, it took the prayers to get up in this house right here. And for the man to let me move in before my closing. Who does that? Now, he did charge me, I ain't gonna lie. My mama ended up paying for it, because, my monies had to go toward, my monies was for the closing. Because at my closing, it did go up a little bit because I was with a different company. But my interest rate is very low. That's why I will not refinance my home. My interest rate is so low. I'm like, when I tell you, when it's God's timing, it goes in order. It goes the right way. When it's God's timing. And girl, if you believe it's his timing and you know that in your heart that it's time, go get your house. Go get your house. Now, there was another house that I had, this was a condo that I had put what do you call it when you, an offer. I had put an offer in for this condo down by it was in the near the golf course was right beside it. So it was like a bunch of old people lived there. I wanted that because I wanted the quietness. But I didn't get that one. Somebody else with, I live, a lot of military is in my area as well. And so a military person ended up, the owner wanted somebody that was having a military loan. She didn't want nobody that was using the FHA. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, so I didn't get that one. That one had a garage. So I didn't get that one as far as the offer. So I got a little discouraged because then my realtor had to find me another house, and we were both online. And me, I like looking at houses online, and so I was looking at up houses. I was at work looking up houses. I was looking at houses everywhere, house. And when this house came on the market, my realtor got it the day of and called me and was like, I need you to come here right now. I had to leave work, and luckily it was down the street from my job, and I had to come here. I had to call my dad. Luckily my dad could swing by here and we could look at this house together. And when I walked in this house, because my realtor was like, just come see it. Just come see it. I was like, no, I don't want that. He was like, just come see it. He said, this house is you. I walked in here. Make sure your realtor know who you are. Make sure your realtor know your style. Because my realtor, I had never met him before, but he knew my style. He could sense my style. When I walked in, I was like, oh, hardwood floors? Okay. I walked in the kitchen. I saw how big that kitchen was. I was like, and I saw my faucet that I was going to buy when I did buy a house. I saw all the stainless steel appliances. I was like, all this come with it? He was like, yeah. And I saw all the everything that I wanted. I was like, okay. Then we get upstairs. I was a little heartbroken when I didn't get the walk-in closet. But I said I have the third room. I can put clothes in there. I'm going to have to just get rid of a lot of my clothes. And then I got the 2 closets. I was like, okay. The cost of the house was the same amount of my loan, y'all. That's how I knew it was God, too. It was the same. The cost of this home was the same amount of my loan. Now, who would have thought? When it was put on the market, it was for the same amount of my loan. So, royal sister, girl, go step out on faith. Go get your house. That's all I can say. Now, there's a lot of hard work. Don't get me wrong. It's hard work. I can't call maintenance when something happens. But we'll do another episode on what you do after you buy the house, because that's another whole story. So, just to encourage you, step out on faith. Do it. So I hope I answered your question. I hope I encourage a brother or a sister, a royal brother or sister out there, just to step out on faith and do what God wants you to do. Just step out on faith and trust him. That was something that I kept learning. I was like learning the whole time is, God, I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I trust who you are. I trust that you are the provider. I trust that you are the faithful one. You've never let me down. I trust you, God. So you got to keep that in mind and hold on to your faith. Hold on to what you believe. Go get your house, girl. Don't forget to go to my website if you want to get these earrings. And also, I have bangles also. I got some new ones right here that I made recently. I got one that says Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I got Queen, because we all are queens. I got Queen. And you know, the Duchess, she's a queen herself. And I got Girl Boss. All right. So check these out on my website. I also have my new line that's coming out. It is already currently on my website. I just have not promoted it yet on my YouTube, but I have hair accessories now. You can get your pack. You can get your pack of hair accessories right here. Go get your pack of hair accessories. You get the full pack for $10. And come on over and support your girl. DesignsByDuchess.com. Free shipping. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to be the best you that you can be. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.